Can it get any worse? Here to discuss is Newsmax contributor and author of Terrorist on the Border and in Our Country, Charles Marino. Also joining us, immigration legal expert and partner at Rambana and Ricci, Elizabeth Ricci. Welcome to both of you. Good morning.
Morning.
All right,
morning,
Elizabeth, let me jump in with you. The state of Texas has been basically sending illegal migrants by bus to sanctuary cities. Well, why not, right? Sanctuary cities say they want them. So Texas Governor Abbott has come under fire now from New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who now is suing 17 bus companies for transporting migrants to New York. Here's what Mayor Eric Adams had to say about Governor Abbott. Just take a listen.
Governor Abbott's continuing use of migrants as political pawns is not only chaotic and inhumane, but makes clear he puts politics over people.
All right, so Governor Abbott is now supposedly using migrants as political pawns. It just seems to me, though, that Governor Abbott's been overrun for years now, right? Looking for anyone for help and suing the bus companies. That's just stupid. I mean, that doesn't make much sense. It doesn't give him much credibility, in my opinion. But what do you think?
Well, he hasn't been working to fix the issue, and that's part of the problem, right? So why not ask Senator Cruz, for example, who was not born in this country, by the way, to work a comprehensive fix? Why not ask Rubio in Florida? We did the same thing here a few years ago, who, by the way, his parents fled authoritarianism to come to this country. Why don't we have Congress working to make this better? But spending money for these bus companies, for example, or as we did in Florida, to the tune of $12,000 a person, when it costs about $900, that is a political stunt. That is not working toward a solution.
Well, here's an idea. The federal government could just close the border. That's one way. Charles,
okay.
A little less than 2 weeks.
How are we going to do that?
What's that?
How are you going to do that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the way Trump did it.
Not practical.
I mean, the numbers have exploded since he took office. That's just a fact.
That's the question. Why have they exploded? Why have they exploded? That's the conversation we need to be having.
Fair
they're
enough.
Exploding because the conditions abroad are perpetuating it.
I got to get Charles in there. Charles, a little less than 2 weeks ago, before the first portion of federal funding runs out, 14 House Republicans are threatening to shut down the government if there isn't funding for more border security. Is the government shutdown, is that what it's going to take to finally secure the border?
Well, it's definitely related to the purse strings, which Congress has control of, as you well know. Look, it's the only way they're going to force change here. As far as this false narrative that you can't secure the border unless you have immigration reform is a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, there's immigration reform that's needed, absolutely. I would argue that you can't even have the conversation about immigration reform until you secure the border. And as far as why they're coming because we've lost all deterrence. As a country, we've abandoned the layer approach. We've abandoned safe third country processing. And we've become a country of nothing but entitlements.
All right, Elizabeth, this story came in. This is a little crazy. Howard County in Maryland is announcing it's planning to create, under the 14th Amendment, a school board seat that only illegal immigrants could vote for. Now, what kind of message does that send?
It sends a message that this is not working, right? If we're allowing people who are not U.S. citizens to vote in elections. But that's a red herring, right? Let's get to the issue. Why are people coming here? They're not coming because they can, because they're coming because they think they have to, because the conditions in their country are so atrocious. What are we doing to fix it? A wall's not going to do it. You can go over a wall, you can go under a wall, you can go around a wall. And a shutdown is going to make it worse because agencies at the border are not going to have the money and the manpower to enforce whatever it is that we're supposed to be enforcing at the border. We need to fix the entire issue in a holistic way, including abroad, at the border, and in Washington.
Charles, just wrap it up for us. I mean, it sounds like Elizabeth is saying we got to fix the whole world. I mean, there's going to be countries all across the world that are going to have poverty and danger. And the U.S., I don't know, as someone that was in the military, I don't think we can police the entire world.
Well, look, as somebody who had responsibility to oversee the security of the border and coordinate with all law enforcement down there for several years, I can tell you that there is a fix here, but it's got to be through the policies of the administration. I mean, This is what sends the message. And as far as international cooperation, I would hope that Elizabeth would agree that it's been completely absent in this administration. Where is this administration's Merida? Where is this administration's beyond Merida? Where is all this regional coordination that is necessary, not only to stop what's happening, but work with these countries to make sure that these conditions are being solved? As far as the unilateral expansion of the legal pathways into the country, Elizabeth would also have to acknowledge that poverty is not one of the criteria for asylum, which has just unilaterally, by this administration, been added to the list of acceptable terms
Charles,
to claim asylum.
I gotta leave you there, guys.
This whole argument's
I got a hard
nonsense.
break. I apologize. Great discussion. I will have you back. Elizabeth, Ricci, Charles Marino, thank you very much for joining us. Apologize. We'll have you back.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Wake Up America Weekend is going to be right back.